Hey everybody, this is Danny from Board Game Sanctuary, and today we are going on a road trip. Yes! It's time to go over the mountains and out in the country, because in today's vlog I'll be bringing one board game with me on this trip, and it's going to be Ryan Laukat's Sleeping Gods. I'm super pumped to play this. It came in the mail recently, and into the luggage it goes. Okay, this is a little bit regal. Oh my god. Oh, I don't know, but this is... Oh my lord! This is so good! Oh, how do I can't even open it. Oh, there we go. Oh my lord, this is so pretty. Wow, this place is so amazing. It is chock-a-block full of stuff in the kitchen, and in this secret room, it's the fridge, but another bedroom. Kitchen now making it Asian with a rice cooker. So I love in Airbnb houses, they always have a collection of board games. So I found this house's collection of board games. It's right down here. Monopoly, anybody? Morning everybody, today it's day 2, we are cooking in the kitchen and we are going to be playing Sleeping Gods today, but we're going to eat some breakfast first, maybe check out the Highland Gardens that are on this beautiful estate outside, but on to breakfast. Sleeping Gods, and look at the glorious setup right here amidst that beautiful background of the rolling countryside. Take a look at this play area and I'll quickly take you through what each area generally represents. Here we have the atlas where we'll be sailing across the different pages in the map and see how all the pages of the atlases join up together to make one complete mega map. In Sleeping Gods, we'll be controlling 4 characters each, and will be captained by one character called Captain Sophie Odessa, who actually has all of the 5 attributes in the game. And down here you've got some extra little abilities, which we'll explore as we play the game. There's our little ship space. We'll be moving our little captain on different parts of the ship to activate different abilities and effects each and every turn. We'll even be going through this event deck, which will introduce different static effects or ongoing effects or one-off effects. And then after that, whoever's turn it is will be taking 2 of the actions down here. You can repeat the same action twice. So you'll be traveling, exploring, using the market, or going to the port here. Notice how some of the different characters, this character Gregory Little only has a strength and savvy, but he's got a health of 6, which is really good. Macmara Johnson, she has an drawing fate of +4. That's pretty good. We will lose the game if our ship takes 11 damage or all of our 9 crew members die. We've also got our 4 starting adventurer cards, We've got a Gloria Walker. When we pay 1 command, it allows us to draw 2 ability cards. We've got Gear, and which allows us to redraw Fate cards, which is this symbol here. We've got some Soup that allows us to convert some resources to help us remove some fatigue from our characters, and Flapjacks. Turn 3, Wheat to help us remove some fatigue but also gain some health. We are searching skeletons in this cave. Completed the challenge. We have fatigued the captain and 2 other characters and my Audrey and Mac. We drew a fate of 2, which gave us a total fate value of 7, so our perception value was 7, and thereby completing this event card.
Gain quest 155. Return to the ship.
Audrey unfortunately got Venom, which means she's going to lose 1 health at the start of the turn. But I'm going to try and use Gregory here and try and gain some command tokens so I can try and get rid of the poison, try and heal her. We are making some food.
Going fishing?
Going fishing. We've got 3 food. And we need to try and somehow
to do this one.
We're going to use this to get rid of our fatigue. To get rid of 3 fatigue.
2, 3.
Our event card for this turn is Debris. You find some lumber, gather it, strength of 5. We'll lose 1 health if we fail, but we can gain 1 material if we pass it. Carpenters.
Lucron ship with the crane approaches. Pay for repairs. Pay 1 materials, repair 1, or sell materials. Pay 1 materials, gain 1 coin. Or decline this. So it's like a neat optional one.
So going to do option number 1, pay 1 material and repair 1 from the ship, from the quarters. Moving to Zakura trading post. Using the
remove 1 fatigue from everyone and heal 2 health.
Yes, so good.
Everyone,
and take. She's healthy. Take 1 fatigue, 1 fatigue. 1 fatigue. Awesome. That was a great move. Decided to go to the market in Zakura. And at the market we have, what sort of items have we got?
Twin daggers that we can't afford. Upgraded whip. A steam engine. Mixed salad. Scoundrel's gear. Or meatballs. So we could do this cheap meal, which is just 1 vegetable that gets rid of 1 fatigue and heals 2.
Heart. That's pretty good. Or the 4 ones.
Scoundrel's gear.
That
which pay 1 command and get 2 wolf actions.
It's cunning, I think, which it means like defense.
Handy.
We are going to be buying the mixed salad
recipe.
Vegetarians. Alright, so I'm putting this guy on the bridge from crew members, putting them in supply, and I also get to gain 3 command and put it in my little possession. I also got an ability card, which is when you use the deck, draw fate. If 4+, gain meat. And reveal an event card. It says, sunken ship. In the glittering turquoise shallows, you spot the skeletal remains of a ship. Sleek sharks circle the depths. Search at perception 5. If we succeed, we gain 1 coin. I always tend to get the perception ones, interestingly enough. I'm going in with Mara Johnson. She's the perception queen. And we need a perception of 5. Here we go, drawing fate. It is a 5.
Okay.
Jeez, that was good. So drew a fate of 5. Wow. She's super strong.
Gain 1.
We're going from Zakura all the way down here to these isles. So I wonder what's down here. Ooh, pig ribs. Ship is going down to page 8. This little cool tropical region. That's kind of cool. Using the cookbook. And what recipe are we cooking?
We're going to make
I feel
some
like
soup
it's
for
Legend of Zelda Breath of the
2 food
Wild.
instead of 3.
So we get to only pay 2
And
food.
now we have to remove 3
fatigue
things. 1, 2. Is anyone injured?
No.
Alright, in that case.
It's kind of like Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You get to craft your own recipes. I think I will do the first one. or 10?
Do 10.
Okay,
Go for it, man.
10. Let's get some explosives. So I have 1, 2, 3. I've got 4 up here.
5,
4, 5,
6,
6, 7, 8. Shall we just, they're going to pay one
That's
command?
without just doing that.
Should I do this though?
If you want to equip it.
I might equip it to the fishing guy.
Effective.
Whenever you use the deck, I draw fate. Ability.
It's a bit late.
No, I get no meat. It's like he's gone fishing, but because I only draw 2 fate, I don't get any meat. So no fish meat for you tonight. Sorry.
What does that effect do?
Whenever I use the deck, which I've just used the deck action,
Yeah.
and then I draw a fate card and see if the number's 4 or high. If I do, I get meat for free. It's like
Maybe
fish.
Oh, it says okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna fatigue Mara, 1. Fatigue Cannon. I'm gonna fatigue Gregory. Whoops, that's a carrot. I'm gonna fatigue Gregory. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fatigue Odessa, 6. And
7,
you're gonna
8.
go 7, 8, 9. I think we're definitely gonna beat this one. And then we're gonna draw our
definitely.
fate card is 2. Oh, lucky we did that.
That's fine.
Get explosives and use this in combat, so I get to put this next to the adventure cards. We can buy 1 item. We can buy grilled sausage, which if you pay 2 meat and 1 vegetable, you can get rid of 4 fatigue and gain 2 health. 2 savvy, 3 defense, 2 defense, or an Alzarian cookbook. Cook 1 recipe for 1 fewer food token and do not pay the command cost. It'll be free, 1 fewer food. That costs 2. You don't want like weapon or shielding for like just in case we encounter something. Okay.
Well, how much? We're gonna go for money.
Alright, let's just go to the cookbook then. We have purchased a cookbook. We need to feed some people because look how many fatigue tokens we currently have. So we are going soup.
Clearing 3. So
Clearing
clear 1 off
3.
here, and use effect triggers. Clearing 1 off there,
Oh, okay, I see.
and then
Using
clear 1 there,
the Lorentz triage ability.
1 there.
So we're using Lorentz ability to
Do
get
that.
some meat to make trigger the soup again.
These 3.
And then we can then further
Remove another 3.
fatigue
1, 2, 3.
restored health. We're just unlocking all of them and leaving them with 1 fatigue so that we can still use those crew members on the quests.
Alright, now
Keep
the
them
event.
open and keep them available for actions and
Next
things.
event, rotten supplies. A strange purple mold is spreading fast. Get rid of the rotten food. Lose 2 food, gain 1 fatigue. Or ignore it. Place this card next to the shipboard until you reshuffle the event deck. Each time you cook a recipe, draw fate. If 1 to 2, gain 1 weekend.
Oh, I think just sacrifice the food. Get rid of the rotten food and get fatigue.
So
Who's getting the
which one are we gonna
fatigue? I reckon, yeah, anyone who's only got 2 symbols, like Gregory's probably good too, because he's only got 2. We are now at the port, and thank goodness, because we've just removed 1 fatigue from each of our crew members. Almost all of the crew members had 2 fatigue tokens on them, so that was pretty close. We need to, well, we've cleared some of the fatigue, but the ship needs to be repaired. So I feel like I am going to go back to the quarters, because then I can get 4 command tokens. Remove 2 on any crew or an adventure. I can remove the 2. So I'm going to go over to the quarters. I take 4 command. Oh, that's so good. Put in my supply, and then I'm going to take the 2 off these adventure cards and put them back. And now we are going now to the next level of event cards. We've just finished all the mild event cards. The next one, hopefully it's not too bad. It's a broken boiler. The blasted boiler is acting up again. Repair it. We need to craft with a craft skill test of 7. We do not want to fail this because we gain 1 weaken token and lose 2 health. So we need to repair it with a crafting. So I've got 1 character that can craft and the captain. So 2 characters that can craft for 7.
I can craft.
You can craft.
I got
You'll
2
have to
crafters.
spend. So I'm gonna craft. Okay, so Audrey's gonna craft. The chick up here is gonna craft. Odessa.
So what's the event?
It's this one, broken boiler, craft 7. So I've got 1, 2, So I've got 2 at this point.
3, 4, and I can spend my command.
So we go here, and then
And we'll exhaust this one.
and then
and this one.
fatigue that one. So that's 1, 2, 3. Is that 5? I feel like with this, in the past, we've just like committed a lot of our characters, but then generally speaking, we draw fate card that's like a 5 or a 6. All right, fate 5.
5. Problem solved.
So we craft 7, we repair it. We don't do anything.
And
we
we
just avoid
avoid-
that negative effect. The boiler is repaired. Okay, now to take 2 actions, I'm going to explore.
A pale man asks you to take him home. A. Promise to take him home. B. Politely decline and search the area.
I'd like to help the... Is he a sailor?
He's just a pale man.
I'd like to help the pale man, please. Try and get some experience points
Turn to
here.
4.2. His face is empty of joy as he says, "You'll love it there. The music is to die for." He tells of the mesmerizing music at his home. Gain 1 XP. Gain quest 29 and 30 and return to the ship.
Going to the deck. Ooh,
Yeah,
vegetable and meat. That's good. I definitely need vegetable. Definitely need meat. Alright, you're gonna go for 2.
Next one.
Is... Ooh, meat and grain. That is good.
Money.
And 2 damage. No.
Excellent. We needed money.
What are we gonna damage?
2 damage. We'll damage the hull.
Obviously.
And we'll damage the galley.
We are definitely anchoring at the cliffs and hiking through the thunder clouds. We are in this little cave here to the north of Pig Ribs. Pretty epic adventure. Equipped him with Rage, giving 1, 2, 3. We're also using Odessa's single strength, Lawrence single strength, and Raphael's 2 strength, and Marco's strength to try and do a strength challenge of 10. So we've got a total of 8, we need 2 more. So this is going to be tricky.
5. We nailed it.
With grim faces, the crew follows you into the nightmarish clouds. You can feel the electrical energy buzzing in the air as you tread forward. All you can make out beyond the blinding flashes of lightning are sharp rocks lining your sandy path. Soon, a slate staircase branches to the right, leading into a dark cave. Something glints inside. A staircase branches off to the right into a cave. Do we search the stairs, perception 5, or continue up the sandy path? With this sort of stuff, whenever there's a skill test, there's probably going to be a big reward, but I don't know. So, perception 5, I can use Mac, but I've used up all my
I think we're good.
command tokens.
So we'll go perception 5.
Skeletons line the streets, their bones half burned or shattered as if they'd been struck by lightning. You find a ruined chamber in the center of the city where a wizened tree grows up through the broken roof. In the patched shadows, the tree shifts, then shudders, then stands. You enter a ruined building in an abandoned city. Combat 43 and 44. We are now faced with the Root Demon and Silver Creevern. We have to battle this, and the battle mechanism in Sleeping Gods is kind of interesting. It uses this grid mechanic where damage that we inflict to the creatures need to be placed orthogonally so that they cover up all of these hearts that are on these creatures. Once you've covered all the hearts on a creature, that creature is dead. Now we are going to have to spend some combat tokens. Now each of the characters here has a weapon associated with it. So Gregory can use his knife, so he has 2 focus, which means that when you draw a fate card to attack a creature, you add the 2 focus to the fate points that are listed on the card. And if that exceeds or equals to the creature's defense, then we get to place these damage tokens on the creature. If not, Gregory can't do anything to that creature because he's failed in his combat. Cannon has a pistol, which does 3 damage. You can remove 1 perception card that you own down here to do an extra damage. Also has extra focus. He also has a ranged weapon as well. Mara has a saber, 4 focus but 2 damage. And you've got Audrey, who's got 2 damage and 1 focus. And she has a wrench. She's kind of like the mechanic of the ship. So defeating these 2 creatures in this cave, which is kind of the entrance to this ruined city that we're about to go to, is pretty hard. And notice how each of the grids is divided into the different parts of the demon. You've got the eye, the trunks, the roots, the branches, and the head. And you can see that we're going to have to cover all these heart spaces in order to eliminate this creature. You'll also notice that each character has these synergy tokens that they've got on them. These synergy tokens actually don't help that character. It's basically that character helping another character. So for example, when Mara uses her synergy token, gives it to, let's say, Audrey, Audrey's focus has now improved by 2. So these synergy tokens are to help the other characters become stronger when it comes to combating. And we can't use these synergy tokens unless we inflict damage on the spaces that have this little red diamond symbol on it. Once we cover one of these spaces, then that character can give their little combat token to another player. It turns out that the combat is going to occur based on us selecting a character to engage in combat with our weapon and any other ability cards, and using fate cards, and then that creature is going to attack that player straight away. It's going to counterattack immediately, and then we're going to have to resolve the damage on our character before we can then spend our next action token and attack again. So this value here, the focus value plus the fate number on the card, is only going to determine whether you actually do damage to the creature. And when you actually do damage to the creature, this is actually how much damage you actually do to it. So if Mara succeeds in inflicting some damage, she only gets to place 2 of these red markers out onto the grid underneath the creature. So, we're going to be chipping away at a while here. So Raphael has...
Draw a fate card.
Focus of 3. Fate card of
3.
3, so that's 6.
6. We only it will fail if it's not equal to 7. So what I'm gonna have to do is pay 2 command.
Yeah.
And use this guy's ability
to add 1 focus.
By 1, or I could use hers as well. Again.
Now we have 7, matching the defense value of the root demon, meaning that we can inflict some damage. So Raphael can inflict 2 damage onto the root demon's grid. So these spaces with hearts with a number in them, when you cover that space with a token, you need to be able to do 3 damage all at the same time to be able to cover that space. So this is like a triple hit, this is like a double hit.
1.
So that hits it in the branches.
2.
You're hitting it in the roots, and we get to use a synergy token.
3.
And what does
this double synergy? Do we want to do that?
Look, I think we could hit it.
We can just avoid the poison?
We don't want the poison. And what is Raphael's synergy?
His
gives 2 block.
Is extra defense.
Mara is pretty strong, but Kanan gives you 3 damage, so Kanan, yeah. I was going to go with him.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Oh, Raphael's helping Kanan. So the root demon is now counter-attacking Raphael by hitting Raphael for 3. Raphael has no blockages, so he's going to take 3 wounds. No, Raphael, no! Now I'm attacking with Kanan, and I'm going to attack the Silver Cryvern. Kanan has a focus value of 1, and I'm going to now grab a fate card. I've got to beat a value of 5. So Kanan lost, but he's going to take 2 damage because he's got 3 block altogether, and the Cryvern has 3 plus 2 attack. Sad face. Successfully attacked the root demon with Mara, and I nullified this regeneration and the trunk, and I get counter-attacked for 3. And she's got 0 blockage, so she's going to take 3 damage. Brutal. So that's 3 damage here. Oh, I should also use Crates of Explosion. I can discard it to do 2 extra damage during combat. So I'm going to discard that. And then where will I put the damage?
Because if you do the head, it'll block getting the little trunk out.
I think that was a good move. With Gregory, I can discard this dodge card to give him 2 extra blockage, meaning that he would make a very good sponge. Wow. So she's got +4 with the help of Mara's synergy card, or synergy token, which she got back because now Kasumi got to use it. She's got +4 focus, and now I need to draw a card from the Fate deck. And it is
4.
Ooh, 8. Definitely enough to beat the Root Demon and inflict 3 damage. Yeah, we're doing a triple hit combo straight to the center of that trunk. Strategy behind attacking the Silver Cryven is some of the damage tokens that you place over here can splash over to the adjacent demon. So rather than trying to aim for a focus value of 7, it's easy to aim for a focus value of 5, and any leftover damage can be splashed over to finish off the Root Demon on the left.
However, because it's got wings, it's got an extra defense against Kasumi because she hasn't got a ranged weapon.
Yeah, so this wings, it's kind of like it can fly away from you, so it requires a little bit of extra effort to defeat.
So we'll do 1 damage to the head, activating the adjacency bonus.
Gregory will probably attack next, and he's got an ability to dodge some damage as well, which is good.
So and then we'll get rid of the madness effect.
You got 1 more damage.
And for the last damage, we'll splash it across, killing the Root Demon.
Yes, finally, the Root Demon is gone. Now it counterattacks Kasumi for 5 damage, and Kasumi, unfortunately, is also gonski.
So she takes 2 damage, and the other 3
leftover
damage
goes
spread.
to... Who are you choosing? Maybe Odessa.
Yeah, well...
She needs a bit of damage.
She's not doing much over there.
She does have an attack of 4 though.
Yeah, but she's only got a thing of 1.
Focus on 1. Because Odessa has 2 fatigue tokens, her attack value is going to be reduced by 1. Because she's technically and thematically tired. Gregory managed to draw a 5 fate card, so his damage successfully goes through. Because he got the support from Kasumi, he can do 3 damage to the Cryven. Plus I can discard a dodge card to do a 4th damage, or I could save the dodge card and use its block value. So Gregory is going to discard his cunning card for an extra damage, and he's going to inflict 4 damage on this Silver Cryven. It's going to go for the head, he's going to go for the body, he's going to go for the tail, and he's going to go for the other tail. We're hedging all our bets on Odessa. Can she come through? What is it? We need a
5.
4
Yeah,
plus
correct.
1, 5. Woo! She deals 3 damage, and that
1,
bird
2.
is gonskis. See his face. This is after about 3 hours of playing this game.
3 deaths.
We 3 characters completely dying. We finally defeated 2 creatures. This is super hard, but super fun. The combat mechanic really in this game feels like a mini game set within the world of a much broader and larger board game. I mean, just look at the board game state. Look how much setup that is. We're gonna have to find a way to restore the health of the 3 characters that unfortunately got eliminated from the game, and we haven't even entered the ruined city yet. With an echoed groan, the tree falls to the earth. Another skeleton to fill the streets of the city. A ghostly woman appears above it, dressed in ragged Pan-style robes. "We've not had visitors in some time," she says. As she speaks, you feel the air around you grow colder. "Did you live here once?" asks Mac, unfazed. "What happened?" "Long ago, we plotted to destroy the tyrant gods," says the ghost, "but they discovered our plans and cursed our city with an unceasing storm. Take up our quest to destroy them. Avenge my fair city." A ghost appears and asks you to destroy the gods as vengeance for her ruined city. Tell the ghost you just want to go home, or tell the ghost you will destroy the gods. We've just been able to acquire one of these adventure cards. It's a ghost, a traveling companion that's going to take us to Pan, the capital city. Vime, the Pan ghost, she gives us 3 savvy. She gets added to our inventory. That was was just like a little bit of a intro vlog into the game Sleeping Gods. What I really love about Sleeping Gods is the fact that you can take your ship, carry your crew members, and then travel wherever you like on this giant map. And I love how the atlas and all of the different maps are actually all connected to make this one giant map, which gives you this kind of open world sandboxy type feel to it. The fact that you can just take your ship in any direction and explore any of the different locations at your leisure just makes this game so freeform. It kind of reminds me of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. If you've ever played that game on Nintendo, has the same sort of feeling. You take your boat, you sail out, and then you can explore and meet characters and also complete quests. The game is dripping with theme. So you definitely feel like you're controlling these crew members and they're getting sick or fatigued, and you have to really manage the fatigue really well in order to make sure that you can use those crew members on further quests and further challenges. I really like the event deck, how when you flip the event cards, it really throws a challenge your way, and it's something that happens to your ship as it's sailing from one location to another. It just adds that beautiful thematic flavor to the game and added level of unexpected challenge that your crew has to deal with. I also like the idea that you have to travel to the port in order to use the port actions, because the port actions are super powerful for helping your crew kind of restore their fatigue and their health. And the currency in the game is super important because you need it to buy market cards as well as using it at the port itself. The one thing that really captures me in this game is the combat system. It's a very unique combat system that I actually haven't seen before, but it takes the idea of all these creatures have suddenly appeared and you have to hit them in the different parts of their body. So it might be the branches, or it might be the roots, or it might be the trunk. And the fact that some of these creatures have really powerful abilities that if you don't cover them up using your damage markers, they're going to counterattack you and they're going to inflict devastating effects that can really lower your morale, maybe also hypnotize your characters, but also really just beat them right down and have you completely on edge. In fact, if you're going to lose this game, you're probably going to lose during a combat battle. And I just love the system that Ryan Laukat has put together here, where you can place them all next to each other, and the fact that you can try and gain the focus value of a lower creature, but then spread the damage across onto adjacent creatures by going across onto the grid. It's almost like you're slashing across or slashing upwards, and you're hitting two creatures at the same time. The game definitely has this beautiful RPG feel to it. You feel like you're traveling around, things occur, and then you've got to kind of deal with them with the stats and abilities that you currently have. I also really like how Ryan Laukat has included the use of fate points. Rather than using a d6, using a deck of cards and spreading the values of 1 to 6 through the deck of ability cards or fate point cards means that there's an equal chance that you're going to get certain numbers coming up. Whereas with a dice roll, if you roll the die, and everyone rolls dice differently, I've realized. Some people just, chuck it across the table, and some people just roll in front of them, or some people just go whoop and flip it over. Having the deck of values that appear rather than referring to a dice means that you're going to have an equally likely chance of getting all those fate numbers coming up. It's definitely got this sense of push your luck. Whenever you face a challenge, you got to look, what stats do I have? I've got Captain Odessa, who has all 5 stats. Looking at my board, do I need the help of my other player? And the other player has to spend a command in order to submit some of their crew members to the challenge. And then you fatigue all of those characters, which is a really cool mechanic because it makes you feel like, ooh, I'm only going to put these crew members in if I'm willing to help them recover later on. And I like how in this game, you can see the fate card, and the rules of the game allow you to do other actions to try and modify the fate outcome. So if you've got equipment in your little adventure card or inventory that you can spend command tokens to redraw fate cards or add extra fate points, that is a beautiful mechanic. And I think this game has a sense of multi-leveled layers to it. You've got one layer which is the open world exploration, and you travel around and explore the stories, which provide some very funny choices, and I love the quests. And there was one quest where we had to help a toucan, and another quest where there was a statue of a cat that we had to kind of repair. Now, I hope you guys have really enjoyed this little trip to what I like to call the Tuscany of Australia. Now, if you really like this video, please make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And if you really want to help Board Game Sanctuary grow, don't forget to check out my Patreon page, link in the description box below. This is Danny signing out. I hope your next board gaming session is an amazing one. See you later.